What makes a good video? Before filming, students should complete a minimum of 2 to 3 hours of research on their specific topic. Collaborate ideas with your partner and begin a type/written dialogue of your podcast. By the end of week 1, this is to be submitted for approval. Use reliable sources and create a reference page. During the video, partners are to use loud and clear voices as well as proper body language. Who, what, when, where, and why. Symbols that represent a historical event of civil disobedience. Get together with your partner and create video scripts. Both students are to submit their scripts so that the teacher can approve their video. Connect the symbol to a specific event.
An example of an opening slide. The beginning of the American flag, 1776. In May, Betsy Ross reports that she sewed the first American flag, 13 stars and stripes. By June 1st, 1792, the American flag consisted of 15 stars and stripes. Facts about the American flag. The United States flag is the third oldest of the national standards of the world, older than the Union Jack of Britain and the tricolor of France. The flag was first authorized by Congress June 4th, 1777. This date is now observed as Flag Day throughout America. It symbolizes national independence and popular sovereignty. It is not the first of the reigning family or royal house, but of 205 million free people welded into the nation. One and inseparable, united not only by a community of interests, but the vital unity of sentiment and purpose. A nation distinguished for the clear individual concept of its citizens, alike of their duties and their privileges, their obligations and their rights. The flag first rose over 13 states along the Atlantic seaboard with a population of some 3 million people. Today it flies over 50 states extending across the continent and over great islands of the two oceans, and 205 million owe it allegiance. Students are to make a works cited page.
What not to do. Over time, many myths have come about with the American flag. It is your duty to well research your topic and make sure your information is up to date and are true statements. Betsy Ross, a seamstress extraordinaire. Betsy Ross sewed the American flag. She designed it to have 50 stars and 13 stripes to represent the 50 states and 13 colonies. The iconic image by Charles H. Weisgerber of Betsy sewing the flag still lives on today. It is common knowledge that Betsy Ross sewed the first American flag, although there is no physical evidence that she actually did. Make sure you have hard evidence to back up your claims. Also make sure your information is true. Flags have changed over time, and the flag we have today is different than the first version of the flag. Flag designs. Over time, flag designs have changed, and if you are to fly the flag, you must have the current flag. Old designs have become obsolete. Only American flags bearing 50 stars and 13 stripes can be legally displayed. Over the course of history, flags have changed. The first flag was different than the current version. It is a common misconception that old flags are not to be flown. This is simply not true. Just because people believe something to be true does not mean it is. The Flag Code. The Flag Code is an instrumental code that tells us the laws of the flag. The Flag Code states that the flag must not be washed, touch the ground, and must be retired properly if used to cover caskets. If the Flag Code is not followed, it is punishable by law. The Flag Code, people often believe that the Flag Code is law, but in reality is a set of guidelines that citizens are recommended to follow. It is a common myth that once a flag touches the ground, it must be destroyed, but in reality, as long as the flag is not ripped or damaged in any way, it can still be flown. When it comes to national tragedies, it is common for flags to be flown at half-mast. This can be done by local officials or federal officials and is a way to recognize and honor victims in a time of tragedy. In a time of tragedy, flags are flown at half-mast, and people often believe that any local official can give the order, but the only person that is allowed to officially give the order is the President of the United States.
One last thing to think about. It is a must to have relevant information that is actually true. When it comes to history, there are many myths and misconceptions about what has actually happened. If you do not have physical evidence or good secondary sources, the information is probably not reliable and should not be used in your project.